Today, during the remembrance of a legend Hindu and a great son of Bharatmata, Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee, our beloved Tapanda, another Hindu legend, and a great son of Bharatmata has taken a break from his present life. We got this terrible news of Tapanda as soon as our program has started at 7 p.m. evening. However, we take a pledge to Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee and Tapanda that we will be continuing your unfinished work until you come back to this earth and take the leadership of Bengali Hindus once again. Namaskar, Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee. Namaskar, Tapanda.
একবার বিদায় দে মা ঘুরে আসি একবার বিদায় দে মা ঘুরে আসি
सुशील जी
नमस्कार।
नमस्कार नमस्कार
Namaskar, sir.
नमस्कार
नमस्कार।
Hi all, Namaskar to all of you. I'm Jiban here and I belong to Puri, Odisha. Currently, I'm at Bangalore and today I'll be hosting this program. Today, let's start the program by offering our prayer to provider of knowledge, prosperity, fortune, and also the destroyer of obstacle, Lord Ganesha. The prayer will be offered by Rishisha Das. She is in class 9th, Mount Literacy School. Over to Rishisha.
अजं निर्विकल्पं निराकारमेकं निरानन्दमानन्दमद्वैतपूर्णं परं निर्गुणं निर्विशेषं निरीहं परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम गुणातीतमानं चिदानन्दरूपं चिदाभासकं सर्वगम्यानगम्यं मुनित्ययमाकाशरूपं परेशं परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम जगत्कारणं कारणज्ञानरूपं सुरादिं सुखादिं गुणेशं गणेशं जगत्व्यापिनं विश्ववन्द्यं सुरेशं परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम
So today we have gathered here to discuss and learn about Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee, who sacrificed his life for the cause of united India, rejecting the decree of two flags, two legislations, and two heads in the country. It's a pleasure to start this occasion by heartily welcoming everybody. Welcome all of you. I would like to extend a special welcome to Professor Tathagat Roy, Honorable Governor of Meghalaya. Namaskar, sir, and welcome to the program. Sri
नमस्कार
Sunil Padagoswami, Member of National Executive Committee RSS. Namaskar, sir. Sri Sushil Pandit, CEO Highway Communication, Hindu activist Srinagar. Namaskar, sir. And sir, I'm a big fan of you. We don't miss any of your TV shows on the debate, on the national channel debates. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Himadrida is a born patriot and Swayamsevak of Bharatmata. He is the second son of Sri Sachidanandana and Srimati Bani Das. Born in a renowned Brahma family of Kolkata, his father, grandfather, and great-grandfather were actively involved in the Renaissance of Bengal. At the same time, they were closely associated with Ramakrishna Mission and Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh. Mr. Himadridas completed his schooling from Asansol Ramakrishna Mission and completed BTech in Electronic and Communication Engineering from Institution of Engineers. He got his postgraduate MS degree from BITS Pilani, Rajasthan and MBA from Covert University, UK. He is a great inspiration for us, sir. Now I request Mr. Himadrida to deliver his keynote speech for today's event.
First, thank you, Jivan, for long introduction, and my gratitude to Tathagata da, Sunil da, Ji, and all other our Karyakarta Bondhus. So today, actually, Jivan has asked me to just to let me know the purpose of the program. So here, actually, I'll just explain some of my experience. When we have organized this program, couple of incident has happened. So just I would like to share, and then I'll probably tell that what has happened and why we are organizing this program and what is the necessity for the nation today, all these kinds of program. So first of all, when we organize this program, and you know that nowadays we are doing everything digitally, even the campaigning of this particular program also we are doing digitally, maximum through WhatsApp or through the email. So I give one example what happened when I have sent to a nationalist, one of my nationalist friend, this particular program. So immediately he has just returned me back and he has told, "Oh, Dada, are you going to fight the election in West Bengal in that MLA?" I just saw a surprise. I told, "Why?" He told that you are organizing this program. Then I told, "No, it is. We have already in last 2 weeks we have organized three like this program, and this is not the first time or this is not the last time. Even last 3-4 years we have organized much more bigger program. I do not know how many times I become MLA or MP." Then another of our Karjakarta, when I was just forwarding this one, immediately he was forwarding that another similar kinds of program for this health, environment and all what they are doing. Then one Karjakarta directly told, "Why you are giving this to me? You know that I have Sangha responsibility. You don't have any Sangha responsibility. Why you are just sending these things?" So I felt that this is a threat of our nationalist force. So just I wanted to clarify one thing that today we are not going to do any competition or uh, we are not aspirant also to get any kinds of things that I'll be getting this or you will be getting that. Uh, that is not the time today. Today we have to do something for our nation, and it is very very serious because we may be thinking that BJP is in power for not only for 5 years, that extension also has happened. So I'll give one small example. Long back, I had heard in Afghanistan. In Afghanistan, Sikh, Guru Gobind, I think Sikh was ruling, and at point of time, Hari Singh Nahla was there. That is not a very mythological time. It is just few hundred years before. Just I know that many of us might have seen also that this freedom fight within 70 years has passed. So for a nation, some 100 years or 200 years, nothing. So when Sikh was ruling that point of time, Hari Singh Nala was general, and that time Muslim people used to tell, "Bacche soja, Nala aa jayega." So we were having, our presence was there. That was part of our country. But where is today Afghanistan? Not even, you may count only few Hindus over there. They may be in the Kabul, or maybe in the embassy, Indian embassy. Again, we have seen Pakistan has gone. I am not elaborating much. Many people are telling Kashmir, Kashmir, Kashmir. In 1990, that point of time, we were studying. I think Sushilji will tell. So how overnight everything got changed and people were thrown out from there. That is also more than 30 or 40 years, I think 30 years over. I got married in 1990 in Calcutta. That is where my law's house were there. That is Khidirpur. When I got married, only just 21 years before. That point of time, 33% Hindus were there. You know, my father-in-law, he has built up a house over there. Now they have sold that house 15 years before. 33% Hindus were there, 33% Muslim, and 33% Anglos were there. It was the case of Calcutta. Today, 3 Hindus you will not find over there. So that day Sushilji was telling that एक Kashmir नहीं है. In India there are 600 Kashmirs. These and all are happening under the nose of us when Modi ji is in the power. I just wanted to say today that power is not all the things. We were in power several times, but we lost that power. Unless and until we will win socially, we really won't win. We won't be survive. So how socially we are becoming slave? Maybe British is not there. Maybe all are not Muslim. But the way promotion of the beef eating and in the road it is happening, ever we have think in the 47? Never. Never. Even nowadays, people are finding it's very modern. Even somebody, you know that in daily life we may be in the WhatsApp group, multiple WhatsApp group. The moment you will be sending that one Muslim leader told in Pakistan that if somebody wants to build a temple over here, we will cut his head and we'll throw it to the dog and dog will eat that head. We won't allow. That message, if you share in any WhatsApp group, you will see maybe that 2, 3 peoples are there. They are from Tukre Tukre gang. They will make such a halla gulla. 98% of your people are there. They will also tell you, Are Himadri or Are X, why you are doing this? This is this group. This is not for sharing this. So this is the scenario has created. But in that same group, those people are making the noise. They will be sending that yesterday night we went with the family and we have taken booze, we have taken beef. They smoke with their wife. So this is our culture, and they are making this is our culture, and we are forced to adopt these things also. Even those who are nationalists, even we started thinking that maybe the modernization. Today, one mother was telling that she has not given her daughter laptop or maybe some kinds of mobile. Then school children are telling, Are you do not know how to use that one tablet and all, you are backdated. But I really salute that mother as well as her daughter. What the daughter has responded, you know. She has told, I don't know that one because my father told that we don't require it now. Whenever requirement will be coming, we will be giving you. But I am asking one question. Do you know that Ramcharit Manas? Do you know Ramayana? Do you know Mahabharata? They told no. Then they told that you are rather stupid, not me. So why we require these kinds of meeting? So I salute that mother as well as daughter. We have to build all nationalist force. We have to build like this. When I was studying, in our childhood, we used to study in class 1 in government school itself, Ramayana, class 2, Mahabharata. Today, I have seen in West Bengal some book has been published, and they are telling that Rama was something come from North India, and Ravana was real things. And the way they have written, I just sent that one, and that has been published. I think many of us has been seen that one. So that's become our culture. So end of the day, what is happening? What are we are trying to say that once upon a time, Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee was there. Today there is no Syama Prasad Mookerjee. But Syama Prasad Mookerjee has gone almost 70 years over. I think 52. He was martyred. How many Syama Prasad Mookerjee has come in Bengal? After that, Tathagata is there. Sunil Pada Goswami is there. Today, Sushilji is there. They also in the middle age. But in today's young age, how many Tathagata are in Bengal? How many Sunil Pada Goswami? How many Sushilji? Or how many Pritam Jivan are there? So this is, I think we have to think and we have to understand this is the very grave situation here. And in that Tukre group, everywhere, even in Delhi, we know that although our central government is there, but in Sahinbag, what they have done. Biological war is going on. China has spread this one in the globe, and this Alvegi group or this Muslim people, they have taken it's an advantage and they are spreading it across, and this corona is trying to destroy our economy and they are spreading. And whenever we are trying to tell something, that point of time, this opposition Tukre group, they are blaming to government only. China has attacked, China has grabbed some land. They are not criticizing China today. Instead, they are telling that what government is doing. Are government is doing whatever the things to do. Do you think that they will consult you and they will be doing accordingly? Modi ji has directly told, we have lost 20 soldiers. Marte mara. Never ever told that वो लोग भीतर नहीं आया था. They have come, but we have replied. We have done whatever the things to do. Our land is intact. But before that, Nehru has given a huge chunk of land. Silji other day was telling that is Assai. After that, not even single inch we have given. But Modi ji never told a lie that they have not come. They have come, we have given befitted response, reply. But till today, our nationalist force, those we really love our Bharatmata, we have to think a lot. Modi ji alone cannot do everything. Amit Shah ji alone cannot do everything. Sushil ji, Tathagato Da, how long they will be fighting? We require 100 more, thousands more Tathagato Roy, 100 Sushil Pandit, 100 Sunil Pada Goswami, Pritam ji, Dr. Nagratna, Chandra Mohan ji, Indradeep ji. We have to build in our house, and charity begins at home. We have to build. That's why I was just spreading this message that please invite young people.
Namaste. Introduction of Tathagata Roy. Professor Tathagata Roy, currently the Governor of Meghalaya, is a politician, author, educator, and patriot. Besides, professionally a civil engineer and an expert on engineering contracts. He was born on 14 September 1945 in Kolkata, then Calcutta, to Debesh Chandra and Anila. He had a distinguished academic career, having been a rank holder in living examination and a Jagadish Bose National Science Talent Research Scholar. He studied civil engineering in Bengal Engineering College, Shivpur, now Indian Institute of Engineering, Science and Technology, and law in the University of Calcutta. After graduation, he joined the Railways Service rights and as chief engineer design of the Kolkata Metro project. He took voluntary retirement from the railways in the year 1990 and joined Jadavpur as professor and former head of the Department of Construction Engineer. Professor Roy was felicitated as an eminent engineering personality by the Institute of Engineers India and awarded the Distinguished Alumni Award by his alma mater, Indian Institute of Engineers, Science and Technology, Shivpur. Professor Rai was attracted towards Hindutva and became Sevak in the year 1986 after leaving government service and BJP in the year 1990. He served as the state president of Bengal from 2002 to 2006 and as a member of the BJP National Executive from 2002 till 2015. He was appointed Governor of Tripura in May 2018. Then he transferred and appointed Governor of Meghalaya in August 2018. He is a list writer on socio-political subjects. His full-length books are My People Uprooted, The Exodus of Hindus from East Pakistan and Bangladesh, Syama Prasad Mookerjee, Life and their Bengali version respectively, both versions being written by the author himself under the title Apratima Nayak, Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee. His latest one is Yosh Strategy. Apart from these, he has written innumerable respective journals. Professor Roy is married, father of two married daughters, and grandfather of two grandchildren. He currently resides in Shillong, Meghalaya. His latest one, Bankhari Bangle O Bideshe. I call on behalf of Sangha and Nationalist Kolkata to deliver his presentation. Namaskar. Dhanyavad.
Great privilege for me. Sunilda is a well-known name in the entire Sangha Paribar of Bharat Barsha, but in West Bengal and Orissa, not only known but also a very loving name too. Sunil Padagoswami was born in 1952 in a famous mango city of North Bengal, Malda, to late Ballavi Kant Goswami. Goswami was a famous lawyer then in Bengal. Sunilda too completed his law degree from famous Calcutta University. Sunilda became Swayam Sevak of Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh in very young age in 1957 and became Pracharak in 1975. And soon after he become a warrior to fight emergency to protect democracy of our country in the year and was in the imprisoned for 21 months. Sunilda was the city preacher then, province, district preacher, and then state preacher 1991 to 2003. He became the East Zone preacher 2003 to 2010 and worked in the area of West Bengal, Odisha, Andaman Nicobar, and Sikkim. Currently, he is National Executive Committee member of RSS and travel all over India to overlook the RSS activities across the country. Namaskar, Sunilda.
Sushil Panditji is a Kashmiri Hindu in exile. He is from Srinagar, Kashmir, and now resides in New Delhi. Sushilji has delivered numerous talks on Kashmir history and political development and is a leading voice of Kashmiri Pandits living in exile. As a co-founder of Roots in Kashmir, he also works among those Kashmiri Hindus who grew up in exile. Roots in Kashmir, among other issues, fights for the justice of victims and survivors of Hindu genocide in Kashmir. Roots in Kashmir also prepares the next generation of activists and leaders for our struggle. Sushilji also publishes Praznath, a bilingual journal on the culture and identity of Kashmir. He writes a column, Panditri, in Asian Voice and Gujarat Samachar in the UK. He is often sought out by the news channels on the issues related to Kashmir, security issues, Indo-Pak relationships, and Kashmir's ethnically cleansed Hindus.
Automatically it will be coming. Okay?
In the recent weeks, he has been prominent face and expert voice on the Article 370 and associated developments. Sushilji is an alumnus of University of Delhi and Jawaharlal Nehru University, Delhi. He makes a living by managing communication for his corporate clients. He also teaches strategic media planning at the Indian Institute of Mass Communication as an adjunct faculty. A series of talks and debates by Sushilji are available on YouTube for people who are interested to listen to his thoughts. Sushilji has taken an initiative to raise awareness on repossessing roots that recognize indigenous Kashmiri Hindus who were exiled from Kashmir in 1990 by the Muslim jihadis under the leadership of the family members of Sheikh Abdullah and other terrorist Muslim groups in collaboration with ISI. Past year, Sushilji had visited San Jose, California, and he had given a talk under the aegis of Vichar Manthan, and I did meet him, and we had a good discussion about Jawaharlal Nehru's influence in Kashmir.
Sri Himadri Das, Sri Sunil Pada Goswami, Sri Sushil Pandit, all three of whom I have known for quite some time. Dr. Nagaratna, Srimati Jivanjita, Sri Chandra Mohan Nayak. First of all, let me thank all of you and Swadeshi Sangh for having invited me to deliver a talk here and answer questions on a person whom I consider not only iconic, but he is my personal icon. And I have made it a mission of my life to let the country know about him. The country doesn't know actually even 10% of what he has done for us. And the bulk of that guilt belongs to my home state of West Bengal, where he is even less known and he is misunderstood. So I have authored a book and it has been translated. I have authored a book in English. I have translated into English, Hindi, Bengali, and it has been translated into Hindi by my publishers. I hope that goes at least some way in letting people know about his qualities. Now I'll straight away come to the subject because the time is limited and I'll try to stay within the time. Now, the point is that we are talking of three different phases, and I have been asked to speak on his Bengal phase. Actually, Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee entered politics in 1939. But to talk about his political phase in Bengal, I ought to start in 1935. In 1935, the British Parliament passed an act called the Government of India Act, in which no Indian was involved, only the British MPs were involved, and this act provided for some provincial self-government through through a process of election, which was quite different from what we have right now, what we call the universal adult suffrage. It was confined to certain groups like taxpayers, chambers of commerce, graduates, etc. And most importantly, the voting was on communal lines. There were separate electorates. There was a Hindu electorate, and Hindus would be voting for them. There was a Muslim, actually, there was no Hindu electorate as such, there was general. And Hindus would be voting in that general electorate. Muslims had a separate electorate, of course. So did the Indian Christians, so did a group called Europeans. Now, as a result of this, the first election that took place, I am specifically talking about Bengal, first election that took place was in 1937. In 1937, as it turned out, as a result of the election, no party got an absolute majority. Principally, there were three parties involved. Number one was Congress. Number two was Muslim League. And number three was a party led by a person called Abul Karim Fazlul Haq. The name of the party was the Krishak Praja Party. Now, we all know what Congress and Muslim League are, but very little is known about this party. Krishak Praja Party was essentially a party of peasants, and they agitated on issues which concern the interests of peasants. For instance, their writing off their debts or reducing their interest or making or giving them sharecroppers' rights, things like that. Now, as it happened, the bulk of the peasants in Bengal in those days were Muslim. Out of the total population of undivided Bengal, roughly 47% were Hindus and 53% were Muslims. Hardly there were any people from any other religious denomination. So Muslims being the majority, they had an edge. But out of that, out of the Muslim population, the peasants voted for the Krishak Praja Party because the Krishak Praja Party had looked after the interests of peasants. These peasants were just happened to be Muslims. The point I'm trying to emphasize is that this Krishak Praja Party was not essentially a Muslim party. It was a peasants' party who incidentally happened to be Muslims. But the Muslim identity is always there, you can't wash it off. Congress, of course, Congress and Muslim League, of course, we know the Muslim vote was divided between Krishak Praja Party and Muslim League. So Congress also got some Muslim votes. Hindus solidly voted for Congress, and there was Hindu Mahasabha also in the fray, but Hindu Mahasabha got very small number of votes. Now, when it was found that no party got a absolute majority in the state assembly, the obvious thing to do was for Congress to form a coalition. Congress got the largest number of seats. The obvious thing to do was for Congress to form a coalition with the Krishak Praja Party. But for inexplicable reasons, for totally incomprehensible reasons, Congress did not do it. As a result of this Krishak Praja Party, which happened to be a Muslim party, was pushed into the lap of the Muslim League, which was avowedly a Muslim party, which was statedly by declaration, which was a communal party. And actually, this was the beginning of the downslide of the Bengali Hindu community to which I belong. Unfortunately, this thing is not known to most Bengali Hindus that this was the beginning of the downslide. But as a result of these two Muslim parties getting together, one totally Muslim and one incidentally Muslim, the government became totally Muslim. They implemented all kinds of strange rules like apportionment of appointments in the government, and they said that already Hindus had got a lion's share of the government jobs, so we will now appoint only Muslims to government jobs until the quota is completed. Now, this absolutely put the Hindus in a terrible strait. And the Hindu leaders of that time, notably Ashutosh Lahiri, Sir Manmothanath Mookerjee, then Swami Pranavanandaji, who had started the Bharat Sevashram Sangh, they decided that the Hindus must have a party and they must have a leader. At that time, Syama Prasad was very far away from politics. He was in education. He had been the youngest vice chancellor ever of any Indian university. He was the vice chancellor of Calcutta University at a tender age of 33. And after that, of course, his tenure was over. And after that, all vice chancellors happened to be Muslim, foisted there by the Muslim League. But he was, in effect, he was running the university. He was called out of the prangana of Saraswati and asked to enter the rough and tumble world of politics. And he did it in 1939. He joined the Hindu Mahasabha, and his quality was such, his political quality was such. At that time, Hindu Mahasabha was led by Savarkar, Veer Savarkar, but he was keeping very bad health, Veer Savarkar. And they needed a working president. And they made Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee a working president of the Hindu Mahasabha, All India Hindu Mahasabha, within just 1 year. Then Syama Prasad Mookerjee worked some wonders. He pulled Fazlul Haq, that is Krishak Prajapati, out of the clutches of Muslim League and formed a secular coalition. During the rule of the Krishak Prajapati and Muslim League coalition, there was terrible discrimination against the Hindus. But after Fazlul Haq was pulled out from that coalition and a new coalition was formed between the Krishak Prajapati and the Hindu Mahasabha together, Hindus in Bengal got a taste of normal life. They were not discriminated against. That particular cabinet was, I don't particularly savor the word secular. I would rather say that they were even-handed to dispense administration and justice to both the communities. So finally, that cabinet was formed. Its formal name was Progressive Democratic Coalition, PDC. But popularly it was known as Syama Haq Cabinet, because the prominent people in that cabinet were Syama Prasad Mookerjee and Fazlul Haq. But this cabinet was intensely disliked by the British governor. His name was John Herbert, and he was some people say he was called Herbert the Pervert. Actually, he was a perverted person. And I mean, it will take a lot of time to speak about him, and he's not the main topic today. But this Herbert, by some machinations, managed to displace this cabinet from power and reinstalled a Muslim League cabinet, with the result that this cabinet hardly lasted 1 year in power. But during that just 1 year, the people of Bengal, both Muslims and Hindus, they got a taste of even-handed justice, and they were back to Muslim communal rule. Once that happened, Dr. Mookerjee, Syama Prasad Mookerjee, had nothing to do, nothing to say. He was powerless. But even in that condition, he kept on lambasting the government to make sure that the government did its work and was duly criticized for the mistakes, for the errors that it was committing. Meanwhile, in 1943, there was the notorious Bengal famine, in which it is estimated that 50 lakhs of people, 5 million people, died of starvation. Then that was in 1943. Then the war was meanwhile raging. In 1942, there was Quit India movement, as a result of which all the Congress leaders were put in jail. Then in 1945, the Second World War ended and the Congress leader came out of jail. Then there was an election and the country was so enamored with the Congress leaders that they solidly stood behind them, at least the Hindus stood behind them, and the Hindu Mahasabha was nowhere. A person like Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee lost his seat to a non-entity. But he was not there, he was not in politics for power's sake. He wanted to do something for the country, so he persisted. Meanwhile, in 1946, pulling and pushing for the partition of the country started. In 1946, we know that two terrible things happened in Bengal. One was the Great Bengal, not the Great Bengal famine. One was the Great Calcutta killings, in which an estimated number of some 15,000, both Hindus and Muslims, were killed. And the second was the Noakhali carnage or pogrom. It was not a riot, in which the badly outnumbered Hindu community in the district of Noakhali, which is now in Bangladesh, were slaughtered by the majority Muslims. They were not, a number of about 1,000 were killed, but a large number of women were brutalized. Their houses were torched. They were driven out of the place. And a lot of them were forced to eat beef and forcibly converted to Islam. Now here, Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee did something really, which was really pioneering. What did he do? During those days, it was the belief of the people that once someone was force-fed a meal of beef, there was no way he could come back to Hindu Samaj. He would have become, perforce he would become a Muslim, would have to become a Muslim. As for women, if they were raped, they could not come back to Hindu Samaj. They either had to become Muslims or they had to choose prostitution or commit suicide. Actually, one of these things, suicides were very common for rape people. Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee did a wonderful job by taking together sadhus of Ramakrishna Mission, principally Swami Madhavananda, and together with him spread the word that whoever had been force-fed beef or whichever woman had been brutalized, they were Hindus, they are Hindus, and they will remain Hindus. And there is no question of their going out of the Hindu fold. There is no question of their performing any penance and coming back to the Hindu fold. They remain Hindus because they were force-fed. They didn't take beef of their own. This actually sank into the Hindu mind in Bengal, and it is as a result of that that the Hindu population remained what it was. Otherwise, it was a huge chunk of Hindu population would have gone. Now, this was in 1946, and Dr. Mookerjee, at that time, when the talk was going on about partition of the country, he opposed partition tooth and nail. Surprisingly, at that time, Mahatma Gandhi also opposed partition tooth and nail. he said, vivisect me, but not India. For the very next year, in 1947, when his chelas, Jawaharlal Nehru and Sardar Patel, they agreed to partition, Gandhiji did not say anything. Gandhiji did not say anything 1 year back, who had said, vivisect me, but not India. In 1947, he meekly acquiesced into partition. But Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee had the foresight to see that it was coming. So he had prepared for the worst. He had said that if India is to be partitioned, Bengal is also to be partitioned. Why? Because Bengal was a Muslim majority province. And if Bengal is not partitioned, if the whole of Bengal is made to enter Pakistan, made to become a part of Pakistan, then the Hindus will not be able to live over there. And he was proved to be tragically correct when just 3 years later, in 1950, there was a government-sponsored pogrom in East Pakistan. Government-sponsored pogrom in East Pakistan, in which an estimated number of 50,000 Hindus were killed. 50,000 Hindus were killed and innumerable Hindu women were brutalized. Their houses were torched and they were made to flee East Pakistan and come to West Bengal. Those of you who are of generally my age and who have lived through those days of the early 1950s would know what it was, the East Pakistan refugee problem. And the problem was complicated 100 times by the reluctance of Jawaharlal Nehru to do anything. He had actually, Jawaharlal Nehru, in the handling of that East Pakistan refugee crisis, he had done terrible things, but this is not the time to talk about it, so I will not go into it. But Dr. Mookerjee, because he could foresee this, he said that the province of Bengal must also be partitioned and a homeland created for Bengali Hindus, which was to be called West Bengal. And that homeland was to become part of India. And that is how we today have the state of West Bengal, where I, as a Bengali Hindu, my ancestors came from the place which is now Bangladesh, which was earlier East Pakistan, where Hindus had suffered terrible, terrible persecution. But I, as a Bengali Hindu, as a proud citizen of India, can hold my head high because Dr. Mookerjee created West Bengal for all of us. Now, this is not understood, and a group of Muslims, together with communists and some Congress who don't have the foggiest idea of history or who have been taught wrong history, they try to project it as if Dr. Mookerjee had partitioned Bengal, and as a result, it has been bad for Bengal. It has been a boon for Bengali Hindus. In fact, the Bengali Muslims who wanted the whole of Bengal to go to Pakistan, they still bite their hand, because if Bengal had gone to Pakistan, then the connection with Northeast India would also have been severed. Today, Northeast India is connected to the rest of Bengal through the Siliguri corridor, which is part of West Bengal. If the whole of Bengal would have gone to Pakistan, Northeast would have been severed, it would have been overrun by Bengali Muslims, and then after that, we would have had no Northeast, so to say. India would have ended on the Bihar-Bengal border. Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee had the foresight to see, and that is why he forced Congress's hand by forcing partition of Bengal. He got support from Sardar Patel. So Gandhiji and Nehru were ambivalent about it. Muslim leagues opposed it naturally, tooth and nail. They also tried all kinds of subterfuges like creating a sovereign independent Bengal, etc. But Sardar Patel, Dr. Mookerjee, together with Sardar Patel, with his help, had saved the Bengali Hindus from that terrible fate. this is more or less the end of the Bengal phase of Dr. Mookerjee's politics. After this, the country got independence and he was called to join the central cabinet in Delhi, and he was given the portfolio of supplies and industries. He did a wonderful job over there, but he had to uh, let go of it in 1950 because of the same problem. Because in 1950 there was a government engineered pogrom in East Pakistan or East Bengal. Nearly 1 crore of Hindus left their home and hearth and came to East Pakistan, came to West Bengal, and proper arrangements for rehabilitation were not made. And Nehru did something in some unimaginably stupid things. Because of that, in protest of that, Dr. Mookerjee resigned from the cabinet and formed his own party. That is something that will be taken care of Sunil Pada Goswami, who will be speaking on the Delhi phase, the New Delhi phase of Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee. But meanwhile, the great achievements of Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee in just how many years? In just 8 years of politics, from 1939 to 1947, is really unimaginable. It's without him, what would have happened to all of us Bengali Hindus? It beats our imagination to think of what would have happened. So I bow my head in my appreciation, in my respect to this great departed, misunderstood person. And I thank Swadeshi Sangha for having given me an opportunity to speak on this subject. Thank you, or thank all of you very much. Bande Mataram, Bharatmata ki jai.
माननीय अभिनाथी और माननीय सुशील पंडित, बाकी उपस्थित सभी बंधु, तथागतदा श्यामा प्रसाद के बारे बंगाल के साथ जो विषय उठाए उसमें आप सबके सामने एक विषय जरूर क्लियर हो गया। डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी और देश का विभाजन, देश विभाजन के बारे अभी आप लोग सब बहुत ही स्पष्ट शब्द में और तथागतदा ने उल्लेख किया है। लेकिन देश का विभाजन जब हो गया उस समय डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी इनका जो थिंकिंग था, अभी उल्लेख भी हुआ कि भारत का विभाजन किया अंग्रेज और मुस्लिम लीग बाकी सब मिलकर, लेकिन बंगाल को विभाजन, अभी जो पार्टीशन का प्रसंग आया, रिफ्यूजी हिंदू, बंगाली हिंदू रिफ्यूजी, यानी बंगाल को पार्टीशन करके भारत में रखा, ये जो काम हुआ ये डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी का अवदान। मेरा लगता है जब पश्चिम बंगाल का प्रसंग आ रहा था तो उसमें आज का पश्चिम बंगाल नहीं रहता अगर डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी उस समय ऐसा तेजस्वी मन लेकर और विरोधी भूमिका लेकर अंग्रेज समय का राजनेता, बाकी सब हिंदू समाज आज का ये दृश्य देखने को नहीं मिलता। डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी जब हेलो डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी डॉक्टर श्यामा
Sunil, we can able to hear.
yes डॉक्टर इको हो रहा है
All those not speaking can go.
No, echo is happening. I think Sunil, in your room itself, somebody else has opened another mobile device or maybe laptop. Can you stop now?
ಎರಡು ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಕೇರ ಎಕ್ಕೋ ಬರುತ್ತೆ.
डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी जब
No, it is all right now. Please, Sunila bolun na.
हाँ
It is okay now.
श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी उस परिस्थिति में आज की परिस्थिति में इतना अंतर था। अब देखिए, देश विभाजन के समय जवाहरलाल नेहरू देश का प्रधानमंत्री था, लेकिन दिल्ली में जो सरकार बना उस सरकार में डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी को इन्वाइट किया गया। कभी कभी आज की परिस्थिति में आज का जो पॉलिटिक्स उसमें हम लोगों को लगता है ये ऐसा कैसा संभव हुआ। देश का विभाजन हो गया और जो सरकार बने उस सरकार में केंद्रीय मंत्री के नाते 1947 और सब मिलकर सोचा एक मिलीजुली मैंने पहला सरकार बन रहा है, डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी जैसे व्यक्ति को रखना चाहिए। मेरा लगता है ये भी एक उस समय का जो राजनीति का आज का विश्लेषण होना चाहिए। श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी मंत्रित्व में अच्छा काम किया। आप सबको मालूम है उनको केंद्रीय और वाणिज्य मंत्री ऐसा दिया था, तो उनको कैपेसिटी तो था भारत का, और ऐसे कैपेबल व्यक्ति को सरकार में कैबिनेट में रखने के कारण 1950 में ये जो आज के बंगाल में एक बहुत बड़ा चित्तरंजन लोकोभवन ये श्यामा प्रसाद की उपस्थिति में हुआ। जो सिंधी में फैक्ट्री हुआ वो भी केंद्रीय मंत्री रहने के समय हुआ, लेकिन ज्यादा दिन दोनों का डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी का जो नेतृत्व था उनके जो वो एक्चुअली सहन नहीं किया। और आप सबको मालूम है अभी तथागत अभी उल्लेख भी किया लिया का चुप। आज की प्रजन्म में एक नया चीज देखने को मिलता है कि कोई आंदोलन के पीछे, देश के स्वाधीनता आंदोलन के पीछे जो अंदर में जो एक डीप रूटेड थिंकिंग था उसको कभी सबके सामने लाया गया। अब देखिए नेहरू और लियाकत ये दोनों का जो चुक्ति हुआ ये चुक्ति आज भी मेरा लगता है सामान्य जनों में इसका परिचित भी नहीं है। विभाजन हुआ इसका खबर तो है सबके पास, लेकिन ये जो देश विभाजन के पीछे नेहरू लियाकत चुक्ति का जो विषय था जिसको लेकर डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी ने बहुत विरोध किया। जैसे देश विभाजन के कारण डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी और डॉक्टर अंबेडकर ने दोनों बहुत विरोध किया, गांधी जी के पास गया, अभी मैंने उल्लेख भी हुआ है। इसको जो करना चाहिए था लियाकत नेहरू चुप्पी में क्या विषय था? तो उसमें श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी ने जवाहरलाल नेहरू को समझाने के लिए बताए, देखिए ये जो पूर्व और पश्चिम, एक्चुअली पश्चिम में हमारा जिनका नाम अभी पाकिस्तान हो गया वो था पश्चिम पाकिस्तान, और पूर्व में ये पूर्वी पाकिस्तान, और भारत में रहने वाले जो मुस्लिम समाज था वो लोग तो देश विभाजन के पक्ष में था, इसलिए वो जाने के लिए भी तैयार था। लेकिन आप इस चर्चा में आप अनुभव करिए, श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी जब इसके बारे और जवाहरलाल नेहरू ने रखा, ये जो पश्चिम सीमांत है, इन आज के जो पाकिस्तान हो गया, इधर से जितना हिंदू वो इधर सेटल होना चाहिए और सम्मान के साथ उनको लाना चाहिए, एक्सचेंज द पॉपुलेशन। ऑपोजिट आज जो बांग्लादेश जिनका नाम पूर्व पाकिस्तान हो गया, यहाँ पर करोड़ों की संख्या में हिंदू जो होकर इस देश में आए, इन लोगों को भी इधर लाने के बाद यहाँ से भी एक्सचेंज द पॉपुलेशन होना चाहिए। लेकिन एक्सचेंज पॉपुलेशन बोलने के समय और समय हमारा जो प्रधानमंत्री श्यामा प्रसाद का ये जो दावी था वो माना नहीं। उन्होंने उल्टा क्या किया आप सबको मालूम है। अभी बाद में जब दिल्ली के बाद कश्मीर प्रसंग आएगा तो उस समय सुशील जी जरूर आपको विषय बताएंगे, मैंने इसी उल्लेख नहीं करता हूँ। यानी कश्मीर में आज जो कश्मीर का समस्या है ये उस समय से है। मैंने पश्चिम सीमांत में एक कश्मीर समस्या को जीवित रखने के लिए जवाहरलाल नेहरू ने उन्होंने यस कहा। वैसे ही पूर्व में आज पूर्व में एक इन्फिल्ट्रेशन बहुत बड़ा तो सुनने को मिल रहा था। ये शुरू से ही आज जो बांग्लादेश है और पश्चिम बंग है दोनों मिला लिया तो मुस्लिम मेजॉरिटी है, उस समय भी था। लेकिन उस समय हिंदू को यहाँ पर रिहेबिलिट करने के लिए सोचा नहीं, उल्टा आज जो मुस्लिम वो भारत में आ सकता है, माने मुस्लिम इस देश में आ सकता है। ये जो एक ये सब सुनने के बाद डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी उन्होंने शिक्षा भी का उल्लेख हुआ और राजनीति देश के हित में करने के लिए आए थे। स्वामी प्रणवानंद उनको माला पहनाकर बताया था ये तुम लोगों के हिंदू नेता मिला। अरे भारत में हिंदू नेता का आवश्यक था उस समय। आपको मालूम है ये डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी और दिल्ली का ये जो उनका दफ्तर था यानी कैबिनेट, आज के परिस्थिति में और उस समय में हम सबको देखने को मिलता है नेता होना ऐसा होना चाहिए जो देश के हित में अपना कैबिनेट भी छोड़ के बाहर जा सकते, पर्सनल नहीं। और डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी का बात सही हुआ। भारत में ये जो बिहार उत्तर प्रदेश में एक भारी संख्या जो मुस्लिम आबादी ये सब जीतने के लिए तैयार था, पाकिस्तान कोई नहीं है और बंगाल से तो गया ही नहीं कोई, उल्टा आज जो बांग्लादेश है वहां से अनुप्रवेश हो गया। ये देखने के बाद डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी के मन में आया आफ्टर फ्रॉम द कैबिनेट हिंदू हित अखंडता के लिए, देश हित के लिए एक राजनीति दल होना चाहिए। आप सबको मालूम है कि डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी नया राजनीति दल निर्माण के लिए उन्होंने राष्ट्रीय स्वयंसेवक संघ का द्वितीय सरसंघचालक श्री गुरु जी के पास गए। गुरु जी के पास जाकर और डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी को सब मालूम था, गांधी हत्या किया ऐसा बोल के संघ के ऊपर प्रतिबंध था। डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी को ये भी मालूम था ये अन्याय हो रहा है। हजार हजार सत्याग्रही को जेल में सत्याग्रह करने के बाद उनको छोड़ा गया नहीं। डॉक्टर वल्लभ भाई पटेल और डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी, इन दोनों का मन में बहुत व्यथा था, लेकिन डॉक्टर पटेल तो रुक गए, वहां पर रह गए। श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी जब बाहर आए और वहां पर आने के बाद गुरुजी को बताया मैं एक ऐसा हिंदू हित में राष्ट्रीय दल करना चाहता हूं। और उस समय गुरुजी ने उनको कहा कि ऐसा संघ तो सामाजिक संगठन है, राजनीतिक दल सीधा सीधी तो संघ नहीं करता है, लेकिन आप हिंदू हित के में संगठन कर रहे हैं, राजनीतिक दल, मैं आपको जरूर मदद करूंगा। और उस समय उन्होंने जो 5-7 आज के हैं, देश का प्रधानमंत्री भी हुआ था अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी, सुंदर सिंह भंडारी, लाल कृष्ण आडवाणी, राम प्रसाद दास, पंडित दीनदयाल उपाध्याय, ऐसा व्यक्तित्व को परम पूजनीय गुरुजी नया दल करने के लिए डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी बहुत कम समय में। अब देखिए 1951 में जनसंघ का प्रतिष्ठा हुआ और 1953 में उनका जीवन बलिदान हो गया, यानी केवल 2-3 साल। लेकिन कैसा उनका जो नेतृत्व था, जवाहरलाल नेहरू का नेतृत्व के कारण देश भर में विरोधी वातावरण, खासतौर पे ये जो कांग्रेसी राजनीति तो सामने सबके सामने लाना चाहिए, उन्होंने जनसंघ प्रतिष्ठा किया। और दिल्ली में उस समय एमपी तो ज्यादा नहीं, केवल 3 एमपी था, लेकिन विरोधी बाकी सब दल का जो एमपी था वो सब ने डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी को और नेता मान लिया। और विरोधी दल इकट्ठा होकर जब पार्लियामेंट में खड़ा होते थे, हाँ बहुत कम संख्या, लेकिन डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी जब पार्लियामेंट में खड़ा होते थे, डॉक्टर जवाहरलाल नेहरू देश के प्रधानमंत्री डरते थे, उनके बातों में डर का शब्द आता था। एक उदाहरण बताता हूं, डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी बोलने के समय उनका थोड़ा गुस्सा भी ज्यादा होता था। आदमी के जीवन में जब गुस्सा होता है ना, तो उस समय वो सही बात बताता है। जवाहरलाल नेहरू खड़ा होकर, देश का प्रधानमंत्री पार्लियामेंट में खड़ा होकर बता रहे कि आज को भी संसद में बहुत कुछ देखने को मिलता है। नेहरू क्या बताए, मैं जनसंघ को समाप्त कर दूंगा। पार्लियामेंट में एक राजनीतिक दल और एक राजनीतिक दल को समाप्त कर देंगे, ऐसा बोलने वाला, इसका उद्देश्य क्या, वो डर गए और गुस्सा हो गया। लेकिन श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी इतना अभिज्ञ और प्राज्ञ राजनीतिक दल का नेता था, उन्होंने उसको उत्तर कैसा दिया, लाइक एंड क्रैश, मैं भी आपको ये जो गुस्सा है, आई कैन क्रैश योर क्रैशिंग मेंटालिटी, आपका मन में जो ये जो उसको मैं समाप्त। डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी ऐसा बहुत प्रसंग पार्लियामेंट में और हर समय जवाहरलाल नेहरू को पूछते थे और उत्तर देते थे। एक बार तो जवाहरलाल नेहरू बताया, ये जो कच्चे रान है यहाँ पर कुछ नहीं होता है, बंजर भूमि है, काम में लग सकता है। उस समय डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी, उन्होंने जवाहरलाल नेहरू का टोपी पहनते थे ना, उनका माने में बोलते हैं टाक, माने उनका कुछ नहीं था,
गंजा
हेयर नहीं था, हाँ टगलू, तो
गंजा,
श्यामा प्रसाद, हाँ
गंजा गंजा,
हाँ गंजा गंजा, ठीक। तो डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी देखिए मैंने कितना प्रेजेंट ऑफ माइंड, उन्होंने बताया, अरे वो जो बंजर भूमि देश का है आप बोलते हैं तो उनको दे देना चाहिए, तो आपका वो तो बंजर है, तो आप भी वो काट के दे दीजिए। देखिए उस परिस्थिति में उत्तर देना अंग्रेजी में जो शब्द है ना, टीट फॉर टैट। भारत में राजनीतिक विरोधी दल का नेता कैसा होना चाहिए, उसका जवाहरलाल नेहरू का और 2 साल में मालूम हो गया, और उन्होंने सही उत्तर से उनको स्तब्ध कर दिया। क्योंकि हम सबको मालूम है कि डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी, उनका एक बहुत बड़ा राजनीतिक योगदान हो सकता था, लेकिन ये जो रिफ्यूजी हिंदू, हमारा बांग्लादेश से जो शरणार्थी अभी तथागत राय ने उल्लेख किया, उनका भी घर और आज जो बांग्लादेश हो गया, वहाँ पर उनका मातृभूमि पितृभूमि उधरी है। मेरा भी घर बॉर्डर डिस्ट्रिक्ट में है, यही भी मालदा जिला का हूँ, मेरे परिचय में बताऊँ। मेरे पिताजी माताजी से मैंने सुना हूँ कि मेरा जिला जो मालदा जिला है, ये भी 4 दिन के लिए पाकिस्तान हो गया। मैं तो पाकिस्तान में गया नहीं, लेकिन मेरा जिला भी 4 दिन के लिए पाकिस्तान हो गया। लेकिन हैट्स टू डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी। आज डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी जीवित नहीं है, लेकिन आज भी भारत में जीवित है। ये मालदा और मुर्शिदाबाद और आज जो जितना नॉर्थ ईस्ट है, यानी गंगा नदी पूरा देश विभाजन के कारण पाकिस्तान में चला गया। ये जो आज पश्चिम बंग का हर व्यक्ति डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी के प्रति जो श्रद्धा होना चाहिए, सारे देशवासी को श्रद्धा होना चाहिए, दिल्ली में रहने वाले हर व्यक्ति को श्रद्धा होना चाहिए। मेरा लगता है हमारा देश का सही इतिहास नए पीढ़ी के सामने नहीं आने के कारण, जो हमारा डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी जहाँ बलिदान, हमारा स्लोगन है, जिस कश्मीर में जाकर उन्होंने जीवन बलिदान किया, जहाँ हुआ बलिदान मुखर्जी, वो कश्मीर हमारा है। आज जो कश्मीर लेकर हम लोग इतना गर्व कर रहे हैं, आज जो आगे के हमारा सुशील पंडित जी बहुत कुछ बताएंगे, इसके पीछे डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी का ये जो जीवन बलिदान, ये जीवन बलिदान व्यर्थ नहीं होगा, उसका जरूर मूल्यांकन होगा, हो रहा है। और आने वाले नई पीढ़ी के सामने ये जो भारत के श्री डॉक्टर श्यामा मुखर्जी, जिनका आज नमन करने के लिए हमको आप लोग हमको बुलाए, मैं शतकोटि डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी को नमन करके मेरा वाणी यहाँ पर समाप्त करता हूँ। नमस्कार, धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Sunilda. Thank you so much.
Jivan, there is an announcement. I would like to make an announcement. There is something I would like to make an announcement on. Can I have a minute?
Yes, sir, definitely.
It is with great sorrow that I am announcing that Sri Tapan Ghosh, who was once upon a time very leading Adhikari of the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh. Subsequently, he had left the Swayamsevak Sangh to form a Hindu Samhati. He has breathed his last. He was suffering from corona, and today at 7 o'clock he has breathed his last. I'm very sorry to hear that. Namaskar.
आदरणीय तथागतदा, श्रद्धेय Sunilda. Tathagata, you've given a terrible news. I'm shocked to hear this news. I'm I don't know what to say. I was very fortunate to receive so much affection from him. He was like an elder brother. I didn't know he was suffering. It's a huge loss to the Hindus. Not just to the Hindus of Bengal, but I think the Hindu movement in India has lost. I'm sorry. Please give me a moment.
একবার বিদায় দে মা ঘুরে আসি একবার বিদায় দে মা ঘুরে আসি
Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee, my apologies. There's a long pause there. I thought it was going to be a very happy occasion to recall the great contribution of Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee in the making of modern Kashmir. I was listening to Tathagat Da, how he created an enclave within the Bengal for Hindus who would otherwise have been lost to East Pakistan. And if that had happened, we know what would have happened to them. Going by what happened in Noakhali, going by what happened in Kolkata on 16th of August, going by what was happening to Sylhet, Mymensingh, what was happening to the Namashudra population of Hindus, led by Jogendranath Mandal, which led to his resignation from the first government of Pakistan, of which he was the law minister. And by 1950 had to leave his ministry, leave Pakistan, and come back and live in India. It is proof enough to tell us what was going to happen and how Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee was tragically proven right, as Tathagat Da said. Sindh did not have so much luck as Bengal. Bengal had Syama Prasad Mookerjee. In Sindh, Acharya Kripalani or Jairam Das, who were the Congress leaders of that time, did not foresee this. There was hardly any exodus of Sindhi Hindus, because by the time it was an opportune moment for Sindhis to leave for India, they were already caught up. Most of them perished in the riots of Karachi, which was the first capital of Pakistan. And not an inch of Sindh came to India to become the home for Hindu Sindhis. Now Sindh only remains in our national anthem. It is not part of our geography. Bengal is part of our geography and not just national anthem because of Syama Prasad Mookerjee. Likewise, even after Kashmir, Jammu Kashmir had acceded to India, Pandit Nehru took such decisions that it's a miracle how it continues to be part of India. Can you imagine keeping Kashmir out of the jurisdiction of Indian Parliament? Keeping Kashmir out of the jurisdiction of Indian Constitution? Keeping Kashmir out of the jurisdiction of Indian Supreme Court? Keeping Kashmir out of the jurisdiction of even Indian Election Commission or Comptroller and Auditor General? Creating a permit system for rest of the Indian citizens if they wanted to visit Kashmir. It was like a visa regime. So what was left? You'd almost created a separate country on the territory of India. A third Pakistan, maybe North Pakistan on the territory of India. Such were the policies. And between Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee and Jawaharlal Nehru, if you go by their exchanges, the letters they wrote to each other, they seem to live in two different worlds altogether. It is astonishing, a man of such accomplishments and of so much self-respect and self-esteem, a proud Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee, is persuaded to write to Jawaharlal Nehru because Janasangh passed a resolution in their first convention at Kanpur asking the president, Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee, to open a communication with the Prime Minister in the interest of Jammu and Kashmir, in the interest of the patriotic Hindus of Jammu and Kashmir who were agitating. And he writes, I would like to quote him. He says, I know you have misbehaved with us. This is Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee writing to Jawaharlal Nehru on January 9, 1953. In a part of his letter, I know you have misbehaved with us. I know you have mocked at us. I know you find nothing good in our criticism also. And despite our differences, despite our difference of opinion, I am trying to understand your concerns and your expectations. It is with this point of view that I am trying to write to you, and I have taken the risk of writing to you, so that you understand the thoughts of your opponents and you proceed with your decisions keeping in mind their point of view. I hope and I trust that my expectations of you will not go waste, and that the situation deteriorating in Jammu will get your attention and you will take steps to address it. This is part of the letter from Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee to Jawaharlal Nehru, who had become arrogance personified. And likewise, when he wrote to Sheikh Abdullah, he again, because he knew Sheikh Abdullah's hostility towards him, on same day, on the 9th of January, he says, I hope that you will respect our sentiment in which I am writing to you and writing to Pandit Nehru. Exchange of abusive words will not give us any solutions. Please understand the issue and address it in the spirit of goodwill. Only then the solutions can be found, which are fair and reasonable for all concerned. Syama Prasad Mookerjee is writing to to Sheikh Mohammed Abdullah and also to Jawaharlal Nehru. And you know the kind of response he gets from Jawaharlal Nehru. When I say that they lived in two different worlds altogether, I was astonished to see what Jawaharlal Nehru is writing back to him as response to his letter. Now the issue is a movement led by Praja Parishad in Jammu against the decisions taken by Jawaharlal Nehru and Sheikh Abdullah, which are prejudicial to national interest. This agitation is by patriotic Indians against Pakistan and against those decisions which are akin to creating a Pakistan on the territory of India. The leitmotif, the slogan, the call of that agitation, Jammu agitation led by Praja Parishad, which was supported by Janasangh and Hindu Mahasabha, was एक देश में दो निशान, दो विधान, दो प्रधान नहीं चलेंगे. This was a slogan given by Pandit Prem Nath Dogra, who was the leader of Praja Parishad in Jammu. And about this agitation, which was being brutally crushed by Sheikh Abdullah, with the approval of Jawaharlal Nehru, more than 40 people had died in police firing. Houses were burnt. And along with state police, the armed militia of Sheikh Abdullah was tormenting the unarmed Hindus of Jammu. In independent India, this is what was happening in one of its territories. And hence Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee was compelled to write to Jawaharlal Nehru. And I want to read a portion of Jawaharlal Nehru's response to Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee's letter. He says, imagine, what do you think is going to be the impact of Praja Parishad agitation in the Kashmir Valley? Imagine if Muslim League's remnants in Kashmir Valley also start an agitation which is against India and pro-Pakistan. Then how do we deal with them? So can you imagine, Jawaharlal Nehru is equating or comparing a possible agitation which has not begun, which is not there, but he is threatening Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee that if in reaction to Jammu's patriotic agitation, if in the valley there is a counter agitation, now Jammu agitation is a pro-India, anti-Pakistan agitation. He says if there is an anti-India, pro-Pakistan agitation, then what will we do? So please don't do this. Don't be so patriotic. Don't be so pro-India and don't be so anti-Pakistan is the implication of this letter. I'm wondering what Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee must have thought in his head. What is he dealing with? If I were to get such a response from the Prime Minister, I would tear my hair. Which wall am I banging my head against? Such was the lot of Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee, and these are the kind of people he had to deal with. I'm sorry. When he says you can't look at Jammu and Kashmir in the same light as you see other states of India. Can you imagine? This is the Prime Minister of India in 1953 talking to Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee when he's out to create a secular, democratic republic, constitutionally driven, where all citizens are equal and all states are equal. He's trying to argue with Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee that don't look at Jammu and Kashmir in the same light as you see the other states of India. And I don't need to give you any argument for that, he says. This is not according to our wishes and our desires. It is not about facts either. It is a very complex issue. That's what Jawaharlal Nehru is trying to convince Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee with. And he says, after considering all the situations and all the compelling circumstances, we have reached few decisions which I feel, this is Jawaharlal Nehru saying, which I feel are just and fair. And I don't need to explain them to you. Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee has asked in his letter to Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru in one place that please ask Sheikh Abdullah to affirm the accession of Jammu and Kashmir to India in the Constituent Assembly, because that question was kept hanging. And Jawaharlal Nehru and Sheikh Abdullah are inventive about it. Sheikh Abdullah feels that since the issue is in United Nations, how can we unilaterally declare that Jammu and Kashmir is part of India and will always remain so? This is the position taken by Sheikh Abdullah and also by Jawaharlal Nehru. And then Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee reminds them that we went to United Nations not on the issue of accession of Jammu and Kashmir. We went to United Nations to complain against an aggression by Pakistan. The accession is not the issue before United Nations. Why are you unnecessarily pushing the legality of the issue of accession for consideration of United Nations, which is not its jurisdiction? And he says, if you feel that United Nations has extended its jurisdiction over the accession of Jammu and Kashmir, then withdraw the issue from United Nations. We are a sovereign country. If we can take an issue to United Nations, we can withdraw it from there. But all these reasoned arguments, logical arguments, fall in deaf ears of both Jawaharlal Nehru. I'm not surprised that Sheikh Abdullah did not agree with them. But I'm surprised that Jawaharlal Nehru also did not agree. It is only then that Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee plunged into that agitation, himself led it as our national leader. When he decided to visit Jammu and Kashmir, Sheikh Abdullah himself came and said, why are you going there? This agitation is not strong at all. You will not find any people. It has no takers. And it took him 5 hours to reach Jammu from the border of Jammu and Kashmir, because on the way, that distance was easily covered in about an hour, less than an hour. He was 5-6 hours late because he had to stop at every place. Each panchayat had come to the roadside to garland him. to meet him, to welcome him. People had traveled from far distances to receive him. And when he reaches Jammu, a crowd of more than 50,000 was in raptures waiting for him. Being a Bengali, he couldn't speak Hindi too well. But what he was trying to say connected with the hearts and minds of the patriotic people of Jammu and Kashmir. He resonated. And when he went again on 11th of May to defy this rule of seeking a permit before entering the state of Jammu and Kashmir, he was arrested at Lakhanpur post. He was taken all the way to Kashmir, kept in detention. It was the month of May. He had traveled with summer clothes. He didn't know he would be dragged all the way to Kashmir, which is always cold. And he was carried there in an open jeep, driven right through, non-stop. He fell sick. He told the doctors about his allergies, about being incompatible with certain medicines like penicillin. Yet he was treated in a manner that they were not trying to cure him, but kill him. Some of the elders in the Kashmiri community tell me that when the news spread that Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee, after a week in SMH's hospital, was no more, they all surrounded the hospital. They anxiously waited outside at the gates. And the body was whisked away from the back door, hurriedly smuggled to the airport, taken out of Kashmir, and dumped at the feet of his mother, Jogmaya Devi, in Calcutta. It was really tragic. A promising political career, man of great talent, capability, vision, and above all else, integrity and conviction. Was lost, just as we've lost today another tireless work of a Hindu cause. I'm sorry, I don't think I can continue.
So we will observe 1 minute silence in memory of Sri Tapan Ghosh.
একবার বিদায় দে মা ঘুরে আসি 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 একবার বিদায় দে মা ঘুরে আসি
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Swami Tattvarupanandaji, Swamiji is the President Maharaj, I mean Adhyaksh Maharaj of Ramakrishna Mission, Halashur Math. We get always blessing from Swamiji. And now actually I'll request Swamiji to give us blessing.
Honorable Governor of Meghalaya and other territories, and also the Swadesh Center Dr. Mookarjee. I wanted to just introduce some of the project which we have taken here in it is a near city railway station. It is at the initiative of the general manager of the railways. So he took the initiative and he wanted us to take the project. So it is a national, also historical monument. Remember the 125th birthday anniversary of Swami Vivekananda. So it will just not a simply a statue, mere statue will be, it will be very vibrant and with full of messages disseminated from that place. And it will be constantly inspiring the all the public who go to the station. And the youth will be inspired by this case. There will be exhibitions and also there will be some TV show and digital board. Along with that, Swamiji Vivekananda, a magnificent, is about 12 of it on statue. And the whole the structure will be about 42 feet, including the mandapavati. And it is a very prominent place and it is visible from a very long distance, people can see. And it will be well illuminated and all 24 hours people can view Swami Vivekananda and also they can read Swami Vivekananda's messages. And certainly it will help their life-saving message of Vivekananda. Also they will be able to improve and we hope that Swami's message only is meant for this present age. And especially for India, it very much needed that Swami Vivekananda's message only will uplift India. Otherwise, without this message of Swamiji, not able to cope up with the problems which we are facing now. And Swamiji, the message only will give us the guidance. So you must have this park and also, as it is called a glorification park or Swami Vivekananda theme park like that we are planning to have. That will be very landmark in the new city. It will be a tourist place also. People can come all over the country and abroad. People who visit, they have to pass to the railway station. And they have to see Swami Vivekananda and also they can have the messages carried there. So that is with this idea only we started. We are almost coming to the end. Now we are just waiting for the statue from Calcutta. As soon as it comes, our people are working, and we are hoping to inaugurate on 11th September, the date which Swami Vivekananda addressed at the World Parliament of Religions. So that to commemorate that day, and also 23 years from Swami Vivekananda's visit to Bangalore city, and Swami Vivekananda stayed near that place where we were setting up the statue. About 3 days he was in Bangalore, and we hope that he might have visited that place also at meeting. So it will be a very important, and also it is besetting that the people will remember Swami Vivekananda when they come. So this is inform you about the project. And, I am very much happy to be with this today's meeting. where they discussed so many points and also some ideas about how India has to grow, how we have to improve the Indian condition. So this is we got great for freedom fighters, and also so many inspiring personalities in our India. We have to draw the inspiration from those great people who fought for India's freedom and also India. And I hope this will be a very big event. And I thank all of you. May Vivekananda bless us all that we can take India further up. Thank you very much.
Dada.
Yeah.
So I would invite Himadrida, Mananiya Dipankar Saha, Mananiya Indradev Vadra, and Mananiya Chandramohan Nayak for the question and answer session.
I think from the feedback that I'm getting from our colleagues in the US, many of things that were presented today were new. We did not know Syama Prasad Mookerjee's contribution for Bharat other than he right? So I think it was eliminating for us. I think the only question probably we're going to ask was like how the mystery around death of Syama Prasad Mookerjee, right? And why after death also he was not recognized by the Indian government for his contribution. And
can I answer that question?
Yeah, Tathagata, please.
Yes. See, the death was extremely mysterious, but as the biographer of Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee, I had come upon certain truth which I want to share with you. See, primarily his entry into the state of Jammu and Kashmir was engineered by a conspiracy between Nehru and Sheikh Abdullah with the intention of taking him outside the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. Actually, he wanted to go to Jammu. When he was on his way to Jammu, the Deputy Commissioner of Gurdaspur Division met him and said, "Sir, I think I will have to arrest you because you are entering without a permit." Dr. Mookerjee said, "You do your duty." When the next day this Deputy Commissioner comes and says, no, sir, I am not going to arrest you. On the other hand, I have received instructions to help you to enter Jammu and Kashmir. I have already got a jeep for you. This jeep driver did not want to go because he said, I have no permit to go to Jammu. The Deputy Commissioner said, अरे permit के बारे में सोचो मत, तुम चले जाओ, permit तुम्हारे पीछे पीछे चली जाएगी. So this person took Dr. Mookerjee to the Madhopur border and he saw on the bridge across the Ravi River, where it was the boundary between Punjab and Jammu and Kashmir, some policemen of Jammu and Kashmir were standing, led by one Captain Aziz. Dr. Mookerjee brought up there that this person said that I have got an order that you are about to enter Jammu and Kashmir. My orders are that you should not enter because your entry may cause disruptions in law and order. Mind you, he was not being asked not to enter Jammu and Kashmir because he did not have a permit. He said, this police captain said, you cannot enter because your entry will cause law and order problems. So Dr. Mookerjee said, I've got to go to Jammu. But the policeman did not stop him. Dr. Mookerjee was all by himself with just two unarmed helpers. So what could Dr. Mookerjee do if the policeman stopped? But the policeman did not stop him. because they had orders to let him enter. He entered. As soon as he entered, they showed him another order signed by the IG of Police of Jammu and Kashmir, which said that he had entered Jammu and Kashmir. This was likely to cause a disruption in law and order. Therefore, he was being arrested. Then he was arrested, taken in a closed jeep to Srinagar and imprisoned there, and that is the rest is history. Why was this done? Balraj Madhok, I had interviewed Balraj Madhok. He had gone to see Dr. Meherchand Mahajan, who was earlier the Prime Minister of the King, the ruler of Jammu and Kashmir, and later on he became the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of India. Meherchand Mahajan told Balraj Madhok that this has been done only to take him out of the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court, because if he had been arrested within the jurisdiction, one order of habeas corpus would have taken him out. But now Supreme Court has no jurisdiction over Kashmir, Jammu and Kashmir. So you go to Jammu and Kashmir court and try to get an order of habeas corpus from there. But he could not. Barrister U.M. Trivedi tried very hard to get such an order, but he could not get it. Before that, Dr. Mookerjee died. Now, the circumstances in which Dr. Mookerjee was kept in incarceration in that makeshift jail of his was horrible, and that definitely exacerbated his illness. But this thing was not taken cognizance of either by Nehru or by Sheikh Abdullah. Not only that, but Nehru and Katju, both Kashmiris, had been to Srinagar ostensibly for rest sometime in late May. They did not have the common courtesy to look up how Dr. Mookerjee was doing. Nehru later on simply said that I had been told that he was put up in a picturesque bungalow, damn picturesque bungalow. It was a weather-beaten cottage far away from Srinagar town, without a telephone, without a radio, without any amenity. And it was under such circumstances that he died. Now the next question. When a person has died in captivity, far away from his own people, far away from his family, far away from his near and dear ones, far away from his party members, some mystery is naturally associated with it, and a judicial inquiry is definitely called for. Look at what happened to Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. His disappearance, there have been 5 inquiries. 3 by India, 1 by Japan, and 1 by Britain. Mahatma Gandhi, Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi, they all died in public view, assassinated in public view. Yes, there were inquiries. But Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee, who died under such mysterious circumstances, there was no inquiry. Nehru stonewalled it, and by brute majority. And finally, there were very hot arguments, particularly by N.C. Chatterjee. N.C. Chatterjee was the father of the last ex-Lok Sabha Speaker, Somnath Chatterjee. N.C. Chatterjee was the leader of the Hindu Mahasabha, and he had lambasted the government and demanded that there must be an inquiry. The government, Nehru, you simply stonewalled it. They would not let an inquiry take place. So you can very well understand that there was something mysterious. This was a conspiracy hatched by Nehru and Sheikh Abdullah, but there it is. Now, if you ask him, anyway, you ask him, I'll translate the question also. Yes, go ahead. Bolo prashnoda ki. Tell me the question.
বিভিন্ন সময় বিভিন্ন জায়গাতে এই শ্যামাপ্রসাদ মাননীয় স্বর্গীয় শ্যামাপ্রসাদ মুখার্জিকে নিয়ে আমরা সেমিনার করি, আলোচনা করি, তার বলিদান দিবস পালন করি। আজকে যার জন্য আজকে আমি বাংলায় দাঁড়িয়ে এই সেমিনারে অংশগ্রহণ নিতে পারছি, উনি না থাকলে আজকে পশ্চিম পাকিস্তানে চলে যেত, এগুলো আমরা সবাই শুনলাম। আজকে কাশ্মীরে যেতে গেলে ভিসা লাগতো। আজকে উনি বলেছিলেন ওয়ান নেশন ওয়ান ফ্ল্যাগ, ওয়ান মিনিস্টার, ওয়ান নেশন ওয়ান প্রেসিডেন্ট, ওয়ান নেশন। তো আজকে ইনাকে কি আমরা আমরা মানে আমাদের সরকার কি ওনাকে ভারতরত্ন উপাধি দিতে পারে না, দিয়ে করতে পারে না?
Thank you.
Bharat Ratna Upadhi, his question is, Mr. Saha's question is that Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee had done so many sacrifices for the country. Should he not be honored with a Bharat Ratna award? I personally think so, and I'm submitting it to the central government. Now, after that, it's a discretion of the government. এটা এর পরে সরকারের বিবেচ্য। আমি আমার বক্তব্যটা বললাম যে হ্যাঁ নিশ্চয়ই করা।
Now I can see that another hand from Vijay Varghia.
Yes.
Yeah, Vijay Varghia, please. You can ask
Yes.
your question. You can unmute and you can ask your question. You
Yes,
give.
yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. So, my question is, like we had all these examples of 1940 to 1960s where things are didn't really go well from a Hindu population perspective. Now, when I look at the present day, in terms of Kolkata, which is the capital of West Bengal, the presence of BJP in terms of election success has been next to nil or very limited. Even like in the last parliamentary election, I understand there was out of the 14 segments in Kolkata, only 3 segments where BJP and had any meaningful presence in terms of vote share. What is the reason for this aspect, and what should be done?
My dear friend, I have a problem in answering this question because I'm in the chair of a governor and this is a patently political question concerning internal affairs of a particular party, and naturally I cannot answer on this thing. All that I can say is that what you are saying is factually true. BJP made a very poor showing in Calcutta and should not have been like that. That is all I can say right now, but I can't go into the reasons.
So Sunilda, can you please throw some light and the future plan of that?
ऐसा है राजनीतिक इस बार जो बंगाल में कलकत्ता के लिए जो हुआ वो थोड़ा कलकत्ता का चुनाव के समय ऐसा आउट ऑफ नॉर्थ बंगाल साउथ बीजेपी जीता और तृणमूल कांग्रेस हार गया, लेकिन ये जो कलकत्ता सराउंडिंग सीट only 10 seat last phase of election के समय politically ऐसा नहीं हुआ। पब्लिक वोट देने के लिए तैयार था, लेकिन पब्लिक जब वोट देने के लिए गया तो वातावरण बना और मैनेज किया। मैं अंग्रेजी शब्द प्रयोग करता हूँ। तो वर्तमान सरकार लास्ट 10 सीट इंक्लूडिंग कैलकाटा 4 सीट, तो मेरा आपने जो अभी प्रश्न पूछा 400, तो 400 एक्चुअली पब्लिक के कारण नहीं हुआ, वो मैनेज किया इसलिए हुआ है। मुझे लगता है आगे चल के ऐसा मैनेज अगर नहीं हुआ तो कलकत्ता में भी अच्छा रिजल्ट हो सकता है। इस टाइम थोड़ा कलकत्ता सराउंडिंग से आउट ऑफ बात हुआ। टोटल पब्लिक का जो फ्लो था फ्रॉम नॉर्थ बंगाल टू साउथ बंगाल सब जगह में इस बार जीत सकता था, ऐसा एटमॉस्फेयर था। जैसे मेदिनीपुर, बांकुड़ा, पुरुलिया, बर्धमान सब जीत गया। Calcutta, दोनों जगह थोड़ा मैनेजेबल किया, पैसा से भी किया सकता है, ऑफिशियली कुछ कर सकता है, ऐसे कर सकता है, उनको वो भी मालूम है। वोटर ऑफ का नॉर्थ साइड में वोट दिया, ये मेरा भी लगा ऐसे कुछ हो
was
रहा है।
raising the hand, Risha Das. So you please unmute and you can ask your question.
Yes. So my question was that to sir, my question was that like we don't get to read so much about Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee in our history books. Like we don't know anything about his life history. Even in school, we have everything about French Revolution and everything else, but we don't get to read anything about Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee. So my question was why?
Why? Because it has not been written. There is some material in Bengali, but material in English is very scarce. Now, I am happy to inform you that I am the author of the only complete biography of Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee. And I'll be even happier if you kindly buy that book and read it. I think you will be happy too.
Yes,
It's published by Penguin, and the name is Syama Prasad Mookerjee, Life and Times.
Is writing that there are so many BJP ruled states are there. Why they are not teaching the Syama Prasad Mookerjee's life in history book? So can you please elaborate this one?
No, I can't answer that question. Why other states are not teaching about the life of Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee? I can only say that the material is available in my book. My book contains a complete account of Dr. Mookerjee's life between two covers. The material is available, but why they are not teaching, I don't know. I would like them to teach. Obviously, I would like them
from Facebook. Yeah.
Yes.
That Amitabh is asking that in recently, I believe that one message has come in Anandavajar Patrika.
Yes.
They have given the leadership name for West Bengal if BJP comes to the power.
Yes.
So he is writing that since your name is missing, so his question is that whether you are not interested or how your name is missing or how it is true. And point number 2, what he is typing, that if you become the CM of next West Bengal government, if BJP comes to power, what are the 5 steps you will take the moment you will take the office?
See, about the first question, I'll say that a journalist from Anandavajar Patrika did call me up and did ask me whether I was in the race for chief ministership or not. I said it is not correct to say that I'm in the race, but I am, my term as a governor has already ended. I am here now only because of this COVID epidemic, and after that I will go back to West Bengal and I'll join active politics. And after that, it is the decision of the central leadership as to who will become the chief minister. It is not my decision, so there can't be any question like that. As for the second question, I think the question is not proper. The question should be, what according to you should be the first steps to be taken by the next chief minister, whoever is the chief minister? Because it is
Precisely that one only.
Very wrong to presume that I will be the chief minister. But about the Anandavajar Patrika, what I was saying, a person and journalist had called me, reporter had called me up and asked me, and I had answered her questions. Then that story was, my name was killed by the news desk. Such things happen because I have lately seen certain things by Anandavajar Patrika which I have not appreciated at all, and I have reacted to it in social media. Like, for instance, they had gushed in appreciation about Xi Jinping. Now, I think that is a hateful thing to do, and I lambasted them on social media. They might have killed the story killed my name because of that reason. I am not bothered. Because Anandavajar Patrika is not going to decide who is going to be the chief minister if BJP comes to power. Now the next question, as I said, the question should be what, according to you, should be the first 5 steps to be taken by the next chief minister, whoever that is. I think the 5 steps should be, number 1 should be depoliticization. Right now in West Bengal, the position is that everything is politicized. There is nothing outside politics. And this great job has been done by the left front government, who have injected politics into every walk of life so that people have forgotten their normal human relationships. Everything is decided by whether you are in favor of this party or whether you are in favor in that party. What nonsense! Party has got nothing to do with it. I have taught in Jadavpur University, I have seen even in university administration how party politics has crept in. This has got to be ended and politics has got to be cut off from people's lives except at the time of voting and in the assembly. I am personally not in favor of having politics in panchayats either. Why should panchayats have politics? Why should panchayat people be elected on political lines? In a lot of states in India, they are not elected. The job of a panchayat is to make sure that the village administration is run properly, not whether this party is victorious or that party is victorious. So after depoliticization, the next thing I would like to see is to see the destruction of the supply chains of illicit arms and explosives. Hardly needs any explanation. Third is we need to develop urban and industrial infrastructure. You see, there is no industrial infrastructure in West Bengal. As a result, I have been told by an industrialist who would not like to be named, so I would not name him, but he told me, मुझे क्या पागल कुत्ता ने काटा कि मैं पश्चिम बंगाल में आकर के पैसा डालूं या क्या करेगा, पूरा पैसा बर्बाद हो जाएगा. दूसरा, इतना सारा स्टेट है, महाराष्ट्र है, गुजरात है, मध्य प्रदेश है, कर्नाटक है, तमिलनाडु है, मैं वहां जाके पैसा डालूंगा, मुझे पागल कुत्ता ने तो नहीं काटा. This is the attitude. That is because we don't have any industrial infrastructure. We don't have any urban infrastructure even. So these, I think the first job of any chief minister should be to build these infrastructure. The next thing should be reduction of obstructive activities. Obstructive activities mean bandh, michil, avarod, blocking roads. Nowadays, we have come to such a stage that if in your locality a cat has been run over by a car, the first thing you go is to go and block a highway. Can you imagine what people are suffering, the people who are traveling on that highway? There can be little children. There can be people who were going to attend examinations. They will miss their examinations. They will be put off by 1 year. Then there are ill people who are going to a hospital. There are people who are going to attend interviews. They won't get a job because of this thing. Some half a dozen people go and block a artery of a country, of a state, and we think that they are exercising their democratic rights. The people who are traveling on the buses, they don't have any democratic rights. So this is one thing that I would like to see done by a newly installed government. And the fifth thing is that land acquisition must be smoothened. Without land acquisition, there cannot be any industry. Without industry, there cannot be any employment. And without employment, the youth of the state will rot away. They will go to other states, but what kind of employment can they get there? Only very basic, very low-grade employment. So this is the position, and apart from other land acquisition will have to be smoothened, as I said. Cess should be permitted. Special economic zones should be permitted. Urban Land Ceiling Act should be abolished or should be made inapplicable to West Bengal. These are a few steps that have occurred to me, and I am submitting them before you.
Thank you, Himadrida. So now I would invite Manani Indradi Vadra for vote of thanks. Indradi Vadra, convener, Swadeshi Sangha of East and Central America. He is originally from Kolkata. Indradi is a senior Karyakarta and one of the founding members of Swadeshi Sangha. He is currently located in Kansas, USA, working as an aerospace design engineer. Over to you, Indradip sir.
Namaskar everyone. Namaskar Tathagata ji. Namaskar all the panelists and all whoever joined today. First of all, my humble respect to the soul of Tapan. I think it is a terrible loss for every one of us and the Hindu movement. Om Shanti. May his soul reach the Paramapada. I would like to offer my deepest respect to Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee. Because of him, I am a proud Indian, proud Bharatiya, and I am holding the Indian passport. Because of him, my grandparents, my parents have a home today when we have to evacuate from Bangladesh and reach out to Bharatvarsha in West Bengal. Thank you, Himadrida. Thank you, Dr. Nagratna, Jivan ji, Chandra Mohan ji, Amit ji, and all members of Swadeshi Sangha and Nationalist Kolkata for your tireless work to arrange this event. Himadrida, you inspired us about the social responsibilities and duties that all the youth in this nation must perform to protect our motherland. Thank you, Tathagata, Honorable Governor of Meghalaya, for your wonderful speech today. Thank you for enriching us by sharing the knowledge on the role of Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee in Bengal before independence, and to carve out West Bengal from becoming East Pakistan and creating a safe homeland for Bengali Hindus. Thank you, Mr. Sunil Pada Goswami ji, National Executive Committee member of Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangha, for your fascinating speech about Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee's tireless works after the independence to fight the draconian Nehru Liaquat Act that has put ultimately the millions of Hindu lives under distress and ethnic cleansing. Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee's fearless challenges to then PM Jawaharlal Nehru's unreasonable policies. Thank you, Sushil ji, for sharing your deep knowledge about Syama Prasad Mookerjee, about his last struggle to retain Jammu and Kashmir as an integral part of Bharatvarsha, during which he became a martyr. Thanks, Tatwa Rupananda Maharaj ji, for all your blessings today evening. Humble thanks to everyone who joined this meeting. And over to you, Jivan ji.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would hand it over to Rishisha for Santi part.
न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चन्द्रतारकम् नीमा विद्युतो भान्ति कुतोऽयमग्निः तमेव भान्तम् अनुभाति सर्वम् तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति ॐ स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेन मार्गेण महिं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं शोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वेषां स्वस्ति भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतङ्गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ओम् श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम्
Now I would hand it over to Karnataka cultural team of Swadeshi Sangha for Bande Mataram.
I'll request everybody to stand up.
Vande Mataram Madhuravashini Sukadavarada Mataram Vande Mataram Koti Koti Kantha Kanakala Ninad Parade Koti Koti Pujare Srut Kar Kar Gauri Abana Keduvandugune Bahubala Dharini Namami Dharini Vipudala Varini Mataram Vande Mataram Tumi Vidya Tumi Arman Tumi Didi Tumi Marman Shariri Bauti Tumi Ma Shakti Hridaye Tumi Ma Bhakti तुम्हारी प्रतिमा करी मंदिर मंदिर मातरम अम्मी दुर्गा नशप्रहरण ध्वनि अमला कमल विहारिणी वाणी विद्या दायिनी नमामि नमामि कमला नमला अतुला सुजला सुफला मातरम वन्दे मातरम श्यामलां सरलां सुष्मिता भूषिता धरणी मातरम वन्दे मातरम वन्दे मातरम
भारत माता की
जय
We'll wait, we'll give respect our governor to leave first, then we will be leaving one by one. Namaskar, Tapan da. Thank you so much.
चला नमस्कार
Namaskar, Sunil da.
हाँ नमस्कार हेलो हेलो और फोन हो गई
আপনি সুনীল দা চলে গেছেন। আই থিঙ্ক দ্যাট আমরা আস্তে আস্তে এবার বেরিয়ে যাব। ধন্যবাদ।
Namaskar, Dada. Thank you so much. Shivaratri.
শুভরাত্রি। জয় শ্রী
Namaskar,
রাম।
Himadri da.
Jai Sri Ram.
Namaste everyone.
Bande Mataram.
বন্দে
Namaste.
মাতরম।